Robert Britain. Kitty pie.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I want to thank you all for being here today. My name is Andrew Micklefield. I'm the MLA for Rossmere, and I'm pleased to be here today with the Honourable John Reyes, Minister of Economic Development and Jobs, also Chris Reid, CTO of Neo Financial Technologies, for this important announcement. I do want to acknowledge we are gathered on ancestral lands, Treaty 1 territory, the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. I'd like to invite Minister Reyes to the podium.
Thank you, Andrew. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here today. I'd especially like to thank Chris Reid, one of the co-founders of Neo Financial Technologies, for inviting me to your new headquarters. I'd like to also acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 land and the homeland of the Métis Nation. Your new headquarters here in the Exchange District are very impressive, Chris, and you and your team should be very proud of what you're growing. The technology and financial sectors are two of the demand industries in both Manitoba and North America, and I'm proud to see that Neo works in both sectors. As I've said previously, it is impressive to see the foresight and drive of entrepreneurs as they look to create opportunities for communities both locally and nationally. As a former small business owner, I know without risk, there is no growth, and I commend the courage it takes to be an entrepreneur, as we both know, Chris, not once but twice for me. Our government is pleased to continue to invest and support businesses like Neo that contribute to the growth of Manitoba's information, communication, and digital technology sector. That's why I'm happy to announce Manitoba's agreement with Neo Financial Technologies Incorporated that will create hundreds of jobs and support Manitoba's post-pandemic economic and workforce recovery objectives. This investment will support skills and training and development for more than 330 employees in Winnipeg. That's 300 new positions and 32 existing positions. The positions will be in Neo's research and development, software development, and commercialization teams. In addition to the job creation, the project is also aligned with Manitoba's Economic Growth Action Plan and Manitoba's Skills, Talent, and Knowledge Strategy, which is focused to ensure that Manitoba businesses have the skilled employees they need to be successful. It is companies like Neo that will help Manitoba to move to the next stage of economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. And investments like this one today help companies like Neo contribute to our provincial economy and create opportunities for Manitobans. Thank you for your commitment to Manitoba.
Thank you, Minister Reyes. I'd like to invite Chris Reid to say a few words on behalf of Neo Financial Technologies.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Minister Reyes. We started building this team here in Winnipeg over the summer, and before I talk about Neo, I actually just wanted to acknowledge how impressed everyone has been with the level of talent, the level of enthusiasm, and the dedication of every single person we've met and all the people who've joined the team at Neo so far. Here at Neo, we're trying to reinvent banking for every single Canadian. And that means not only do we have to re-envision the day-to-day banking experience, but we also need to figure out how can we add more value at every single point, every single touch point of the financial system. And as you may expect, reinventing all of banking is no small feat. We need to start with completely reinventing and recreating all the technology behind banking. And to do that, we need more talent. We need more talented and driven people to help us with our journey. And this investment, as mentioned by Andrew and by the Minister, is a huge part of that journey. It's so important, allowing us to create 300 new jobs here in Winnipeg that will help us accelerate and accomplish our very ambitious goal. It's always been an important part of NEO to invest in and support new roles that actually help Canada's tech ecosystem, and not just in hubs like Vancouver or Toronto that are already known for tech, but across the prairies. And this grant is giving us that ability. It's letting us invest in technology training. It's letting us create these new roles. And we'll be hiring people in areas like engineering, product development, creative, design, and financial service operations right here in Winnipeg. One last thing I'll say is that in any of these new roles at NEO, a unique characteristic is that the traditional career trajectory gets thrown completely out the window. At a fast-moving technology business, there's always so much more work to do and not enough people to do it. And that translates into opportunity. It translates into opportunities for personal development, for career development, and for people to actually grow with the business. And I think we all know that exciting, fast-growing technology businesses can really make a positive impact on individuals, on their careers, but also on the city as a whole. And we're really, really excited to be working with the community to be able to make that happen right here in Winnipeg. I guess I'll close by saying, if anyone out there would like to hear more about opportunities at NEO or looking to joining the team, please reach out through our website at neofinancial.com. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Chris. That concludes the formal portion of today's announcement. If the media has questions for the Minister or for Chris Reid, they are available to answer them at this time.
Sure, yeah, I have questions maybe for Chris first.
Sure.
I'm Gabby, I'm from Grad.
Hi.
Hi, so the 300 jobs, are you planning for all these people to be here in the office as they get hired?
Yeah, that's a good question. We, as you can see, looking around our office, it's being built out. We're on 2 floors right now. I think we're making those decisions on a case-by-case, role-by-role basis as we grow the team. So as we hire in these many departments within our organization, whether it's engineering, product, design, we try and make a decision based on what's best for the people we're hiring, what's best for the business, and then we try and build out a space that actually supports people to be their best selves.
And is this all going to take place over this year? Is it going to roll over?
Yeah, that's the challenge in front of us. How fast can we actually make this happen at NEO? And if we can make it happen faster, that's what we want to do. There's no, limit on the speed. And so it's a challenge for every person who's working here today, and it's a challenge for every new person we bring in to get us to that 300 number as fast as we can. I would love it if we could do it in a year. Maybe it'll take 2. Again, that's hey, how good are we at what we do, right?
And what has growth been like for NEO this past year?
It's been great. I think, however you look at it, we've been, growing in terms of the number of people at the business. We've been growing over 5,000 merchant partners across Canada. We've taken on major partners, including HBC is our largest partner. And honestly, there's been so much good news that it's hard to even find out where to start. It's been a really solid year for us, and we're really, bullish about the future.
Yeah, I guess that was my next question. Is I'm assuming that you're expecting to just keep growing.
Yeah, very much. We need every single one of these, roles filled, and we have tremendous ambitions to impact the world of banking in Canada. It's not going to be easy, and we have a lot of new products to build, a lot of new teams to build before we can actually, do what it is we want to do.
So how many people do you have in Winnipeg currently?
We're over 50 already in Winnipeg and growing every day. I'll be making offers this evening, so that's how fast we're growing. Right on. Thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering what was this going to do for downtown recovery, bringing in more people here from everyone?
Well, anytime that you can help the private sector create jobs, and in this case, 300 jobs will be created, is a very positive. And in this case, this downtown location, I reminisce being this part. I was talking to actually my press secretary about this. It's good to see that there'll be movement here downtown, and that'll be stimulating the economy here in downtown, especially here in downtown Winnipeg. So it's a big win. It's a win-win for the private sector, ourselves. We want to continue to do that with ensuring that companies, if they're in need, to ensure that they communicate with our office, our department, so that we can help rebuild this economy. And in order for our economy to grow, we have to recover, and we have those programs in place to help those businesses succeed.
Do you have like a dollar value estimate as to how much economic recovery this can kind of bolster, bringing more people into this location?
Well, you know what, specifically for here, in terms of the program here was the investment expansion program and industry inspection program. $1.6 million was awarded as a grant to NEO here, and it's going to be very positive because again, it's going to create 300 jobs here in Manitoba, here in Winnipeg, in downtown, as you said, and I'm very, very excited for the things to come in the near future for Chris and his team. Thank you.
That wraps things up for this afternoon, folks. Thanks for coming out, and look forward to seeing you at future exciting announcements.